Well, we know the catwalk ideal often conflicts with what body image experts consider to be healthy. Now, a leading fashion editor has warned real women not to model themselves on this unrealistic world for their own sake. Sally Obermeter explains.
The girls are always going to be thin on the catwalk.
They're the glamazons that grace the runway. Long, lean, flawless pictures of perfection. But is this image causing long-term damage on and off the catwalk?
Well, this is a serious issue for our society. We've got to think about what we portray when we see things like Fashion Week, when we see airbrushed models.
AMA Federal President Dr Steve Hambleton says there's a link between models on the catwalk and health problems in the community.
You know, there are mental health issues that follow, there are eating disorders that potentially follow, there's over-exercise, there's even people thinking about unnecessary cosmetic surgery so they can attain that perfect figure. Well, sadly, you know, something like 1 in 100 young girls have eating disorders. Anorexia nervosa is one of the most common ones, often not diagnosed.
Marie Claire editor Jackie Frank says the distinction needs to be made between fashion models and role models.
The girls on the runway are clothes horses. They're not women that other women should be aspiring to. They're like elite athletes. You know, they are the top of their field. They've got a certain body weight. It's a bit like a runner. So, you know, and they're the ones that but they're not like the rest of us, the same way that elite athletes are not like the rest of us.
Fueling the debate, models are being encouraged to drink superfood smoothies to ensure they're ready for the heavy demands of Fashion Week.
Every time the skinny model debate comes up, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Before it was they weren't feeding them, now they're feeding them. It's exploded again. What I think is fabulous is that this year the agencies have got behind the girls, and instead of backstage being coffee, champagne and cigarettes, there's shakes.
It's about how much good stuff you eat rather than, you know, don't eat much at all. It's just about eat a lot of good stuff so that you have the energy.
Models Caitlin Sanderson and Monique Jensen have the look top designers want.
In Australia especially, it's all about looking healthy and happy, and it shows in your face. You know, if you're unhealthy, you haven't eaten in a while, you can tell.
Author of the Vogue Factor, Kirsty Clements, says there is a small part of the industry, particularly overseas, where unrealistic demands mean that models are forced to do the unnatural.
And I was having dinner with a New York agent who said to me that a few of the girls had resorted to eating tissues. I'd never heard of such a thing, and said, oh, what did that do? And apparently they swelled in your stomach and made you feel full.
Jackie Frank believes the key to a long career is good health.
Miranda Kerr's come out and spoken. Miranda has a long extended career and her body is one that people are inspired to look at. And she talked to me about her healthy eating, she talked about her exercise, and she said she couldn't do it. She wouldn't be able to sustain a career if she didn't treat her body like a temple.
Well, I think the strong message is that this is the 1%. You don't need to be the 1%. This is not a representation of an average body shape.
Sally Obermeter there.